In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, incarcerated senior Hurriyat leaders Shabbir and Nayeem have urged the United Nations and world major powers to play their part in mitigating the sufferings of the Kashmiri people in the occupied territory. Shabbir and Nayeem in their messages from New Delhi's infamous Tihar jail said India's racist regime, whose hands are soaked with the blood of innocent Kashmiris, is hell-bent on stifling every voice of dissent. The leaders urged the United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres to impress upon India to stop state terrorism and resolve the Kashmir dispute in accordance with the Security Council resolutions. India's notorious National Investigation Agency, backed by the personnel of Indian Army, Paramilitary Central Reserve Police Force and police, raided on at least a dozen places in the Kashmir Valley, including Srinagar, Kupwara, Baramulla, Islamabad, Kulgam and Pulwama districts. The NIA sleuths also seized mobile phones and other digital devices. On the other hand, the State Investigation Agency arrested 10 youth in different areas of South Kashmir. A woman sustained serious injuries after an armored vehicle of paramilitary forces deliberately hit a private car in Bemina area of Srinagar. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for advancing political solutions to long-running conflicts and disputes, including Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Munir Akram, addressing to the Special Committee on Peacekeeping Operations, said Jammu and Kashmir dispute is one such example why the United Nations Military Observers Group in India and Pakistan has been defined for a just and lasting solution. He said such a solution would lead to a durable peace in the region and beyond. 58 global human rights and journalist bodies, including Human Rights Watch, committed to protect journalists and Reporters Without Borders, through a letter urged the Indian authorities to release the incarcerated Kashmiri journalists Fahad Shah, Asif Sultan, Sajjad Gul and Mannan Gulzar. The letter, addressed to the New Delhi appointed so-called Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, called for the withdrawal of all police investigations against the journalists. The groups maintained that press freedom and rights groups have documented numerous incidents of detentions and threats to journalists in the occupied territory since the revocation of the special status of Jammu and Kashmir in August 2019. Several prominent citizens and intellectuals, through a petition, have demanded the repeal of all anti-conversion laws in India. The petition, initiated by the National Solidarity Forum, a network of civil rights groups and individuals, has called for joining hands to defend minorities and other marginalized sections in India. 2 Indians were arrested in Kathmandu for possessing highly radioactive uranium chemical substance smuggled from India to be sold in Nepal. Nepal police said that based on a tip-off, a team of police officers recovered the substance from a car in the parking lot of a 5-star hotel on the outskirts of Kathmandu. The detained Indians were identified as Upendra Kumar Mishra and Raju Thakur, both natives of Bihar. BJP leader and member of Uttar Pradesh Legislative Assembly from Hyderabad, T. Raja Singh, has said that those not voting for Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be bulldozed in the state. In a short video, Singh said Yogi Adityanath has already brought thousands of bulldozers to take action against what he said the traitors who did not support BJP during the assembly elections. The Hindu hate preacher Yati Narsingh Anand has been granted bail in another case of making derogatory remarks against Muslim women by the Haridwar Session Court of Uttarakhand. On the other hand, Ashish Mishra, son of Indian Minister Ajay Mishra Teni, who was the main accused in mowing down 4 farmers in Lakhimpur Kheri in the Indian state of Punjab on October 3rd last year, has been released from the jail.